I'm a lawyer in real life. I don't play one on television. DA Fani Willis has entered the ex parte chat in the YSL case, and the judge is not happy. Let me tell you what happened. The drama started this morning when one of the defense attorneys complained about an email that Fani Willis sent to Judge Whitaker as well as Judge Glanville. He said this was an ex parte communication. So let's back up and look at this email that starts the drama. So the email is from an unknown person who's allegedly from Germany. And in this email, he is berating DA Love. He is telling her she's terrible at her job. She should drop the charges. Maybe she'll never work again. You know, it's a really nasty email from whoever this person is. And he copied DA Fani Willis, Judge Glanville, the former judge in this case, Judge Reese Whitaker, the current judge in this case, as well as a few other people on the prosecution side. So this email is sent on Thursday around 5 a.m. in the morning, and Fani Willis hits reply all around 10 a.m. on Thursday morning. And so she is now copying Judge Glanville, Judge Whitaker, the current judge who is handling this case. She is having a conversation with Judge Whitaker without copying the defense. Remember what that's called? An ex parte conversation. An ex parte conversation, and we know that in the past, these ex parte conversations have been very significant and have caused the prosecution a lot of problems, and it's the reason that Judge Glanville is no longer on the case. And as you can see from the email from Fani Willis, she's basically saying, hey, keep your chin up. You're doing a great job. Don't listen to this fool. There's no way you're going to be fired. Your community supports and appreciates you. She goes on to tell her this story that someone allegedly told her about how people from Memphis wish they had the RICO statute, wish they could bring charges like they're bringing in YSL in Memphis. Tells DA Love, just keep fighting for justice. Forget these people. You know, I've got your back, basically. Since DA Willis did not send this communication to the defense attorneys, the judge did, as she should have. And of course, defense attorney Weinstein, he gets up and he is unhappy with this email that was sent. In part, the email talks about the RICO statute and how great it is. So of course, the judge is not going to be influenced by that, but still, it's inappropriate for Fani Willis to be sending these types of emails. So let me show you what the judge said.
Given the sensitivity and the history in this case of ex parte meetings or maybe communications, would you just please request the state? I understand probably what was behind that communications.
It's a shame that the court would even have to say something like that, but can you all please communicate to everybody in the DA's office to not have any sort of ex parte communications with the court? And y'all may not even know what I'm talking about because I don't think either of you was copied on that email, but Ms. Love was. Ms. Hilton, you were as well?
I do, Your Honor, and I don't know, I know exactly what you're talking about. I think we have a different perception of direct communication with the court, but we will make sure that.
But the court was copied on it. And it could have been an accident, but
Your Honor,
it should have been careful.
But the state did not have the initial conversation with the court. That was a community member, and it was very much a reply. Also, was not a direct communication with the court, but we understand the court's perspective. We understand what the court is saying.
Oh, excuse me. I just need to take issue with the fact that it wasn't a direct communication from the court. I'm sorry. Excuse me. Can you hear me now? I didn't mean to act like Max Sharp. I take issue with any type of suggestion that this was not a direct communication with the court. It went from Madam DA Fani Willis to this court. It was a direct communication to this court. It was inappropriate. It was praising Georgia's RICO statutes to the court, which again was not appropriate, Your Honor.
Frankly, I think it might be a good idea to print out the email and make it a court's exhibit to this record. But I think what Ms. Hilton was just saying was that the original communication was not from the district attorney's office. The original communication was, I don't know who this person is or where in the world they are, but some member of the world, member of the public, emailing Ms. Love directly, but copying several other people, the court included, because of course our email addresses are a matter of public record. And, you know, I basically ignored it and deleted it. But as you all know, because I forwarded the next communication to everybody, the elected DA, Ms. Willis, made a decision to respond and directed that response to Ms. Love, but kept everybody, including the person who had made the original email communication, and the court on her response to Ms. Love. And I believe that to be ex parte, and that is the reason why as soon as I read it, I had Ms. Persifield forward it to all counsel, because I don't think that should be going on.
And I certainly appreciated that, Your Honor.
And
Thank
the
you.
court really has ignored entirely the substance of the communication, because the court is not making any decisions based on whether I think the RICO statute is good or bad. That's not what judges do. The legislature enacts statutes. I apply them hopefully correctly.
And I have no
or
concern.
whether anybody thinks any attorney is doing a good or a bad job. I'm just sitting here trying to follow the law.
Yeah, and I'm not concerned about any impact on the court from that communication.
Yeah.
It's just the
Shouldn't be
communication
happening.
itself. Thank
Yeah.
you.
So, Ms. Persifield.
So the judge told Ms. Hilton, let your bosses know not to do this again. And once again, the prosecution is in the position where they are being berated by the judge. Now, this by itself is not going to result in any type of mistrial, but you have so many small incidents occurring. It's becoming very cumulative. And at some point, there's going to be something, a straw that breaks the camel's back. So it wasn't this email, but if this continues, something, it may seem small, it may seem somewhat trivial at the time, but it may just be the thing that results in a mistrial in this case. Now, what do y'all think? Do y'all think Fani Willis hit reply all by mistake? Or do you think it was intentional? Let me know what you think in the comments.